Shalom, shalom. Call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praise to the Most High. In the name of His only begotten Son. In the name of the Holy Spirit. My name is Ibar from the Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. This is USA Today. An eviction crisis for black women. An eviction crisis for black women. And I actually did this video a couple days ago, but the whole video didn't save. Only a partial part of the video saved for whatever reason. I think I had no storage. So I'm gonna link that video to this video, but I figure I'll do this part over again. You know, I've been doing that a lot lately, you know, having to redo videos and stuff. But hey, all through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, the word must go out. In this video, it's from an article. And I looked up these articles, and these articles are from like April, you know, pretty much a couple months ago. So you can only imagine how much worse it's getting now. But I'll read a little bit of this article, and we'll grab a few scriptures. But it says, imagine you missed a rent payment, maybe you lost your job, or had some car trouble, or you got sick, or any of these reasons could be grounds for an eviction. Okay, it says it takes about a month to get evicted. You tell your landlord you can't come up with the cash. When you come home, there's a 14-day notice taped on the door to pay or vacate. And this is happening all over the world, you know, I mean, especially in America. You got so-called black women, and I'm gonna tell you right now why this is happening to black women and why they are the biggest demographic for this. Because what's the main thing that the black woman says? What's her motto? I don't need no man. Okay? Niggas ain't shit. Okay? And they think that they are they strong and independent. You know, that's not the role of a woman to be in. Trying to be strong or trying to be independent. A woman bears children. Okay? And she needs a man to even bear a child. And that was the reason why you was put on this earth, was to be a servant to a man and bear children. But because our women are out of order, you're going and, you know, taking all these responsibilities upon yourself. Wondering why you're stressed out. A lot of black women are seeing therapists. You know, they're on, you know, antidepressant medications and anxiety medications that the devil gave you. You see, because you are out of order. You have lost your place, and you need to be found again, man. It says, if you're a black woman in the United States, your chance of being evicted is higher than any other demographic. And that's because of the reason I just told you, man. You know, you women are out of order, and the Lord is judging our people, starting with the head tribe first, which is Judah. Okay, so that's where you get the so-called black woman from. Okay, African American, you name it. And really, there's no, you know, when you think about the tribes, you know, Judah is, you know, Judah's, you know, going through it right now, man. Judah is through. Even these, you know, a lot of the other tribes, you know, their household structures are still kind of together. But when it comes to Judah, not so much, man. Your father's either dead or in prison. Your mother is, you know, out being a harlot, okay, and the kids are raising their damn selves, man, or being raised by the so-called white man. And this is by design, okay. It says, if you try to talk to your landlord, can you do some yard work or paint a couple of my other units? I'd be willing to consider that as partial payment. No, I don't. No, I don't have childcare in the afternoon, and I work the rest of the day. I'm sorry. There's really nothing else I can do. And you see the Edomite, he's telling her, can you do this labor work, you know, for him? But everybody in their right mind know that a woman ain't finna do no fucking yard work or paint no units. Okay, so really in the times we coming into, these landlords, and it's a video I gotta find it again. I'm gonna do a little lesson on it. You know, so many lessons that you try to do one, and then another one comes up, but then the Lord will have it where the Spirit will circle back and tell you, oh yeah, you've got to do that lesson. And that was probably like a couple months ago. But there was a landlord who made an agreement with a woman, and he actually put it in a contract. He said that if you can't pay, you have to give him sexual favors. Okay, and that's what this is going to lead up to, man. And you women going to realize, man, why you need a man. Okay, you need a man. And no matter what, you serving a man. Whether it be your man or whether it be the so-called white man. Okay, you serving somebody. When you go to that job, you clock in. You'll tell the black man, so-called, oh, I ain't nobody's slave, or I ain't finna do this and do that for you. But then you go right to clocking in on the job and do it for the so-called white man. You see? Completely out of order. Okay, let me grab this real quick. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And this man is talking about a man of the Lord. Okay, that's going to be more precious than fine gold, because you women are going to come to the understanding of why it is important to have a man, why you need a man for support, for guidance, for protection. You can go on and on, man. And saying it's not about just about sex. And a woman, they like to make it about that. Oh, you want more than one woman because you want this. No, it's for a family structure. Okay, it's just for nation building. And right now our nation is being destroyed, and you got a lot of selfish, okay, black women out there, and now they're getting evicted from their houses. You know, a woman will tell you, I got my own everything. You can't tell me shit. You can't do nothing for me. But now your ass ain't gonna have shit, and you're gonna see why it's important to have a man. And just because you have something, don't mean that you can shit on the man. Okay. So you see how these landlords are going to flip the script on y'all ass, man. Eve and the serpent made a deal in the garden, and now that deal is about to backfire on you, man. It says black women are less likely than black men who fall behind on rent to be able to work out a deal with their landlord. Why? Because a black man, you know, and all this black, we are the Israelites, but you know, for edification's sake, you know, a so-called black man is you know, he's more likely, you know, to get on his hands and knees and work for something, man. You know, and not have to be, you know, hit with no sexual favors bullshit. Okay, and which is, you know, the role of a man, to go out there, work, provide for his family. But nowadays these women try to be the man. You see, and then when they get overwhelmed with all this responsibility, they start losing their mind and shit, going crazy, and all of a sudden the whole world is against them. You see? Look at this. Mass grave found with remains of 25 human trafficking victims. Breaking news. Wow. It says, I was going into that camp too, about how you got all these mass graves showing up. And a lot of these, that spiritual that popped up because that's what it said, sexual trafficking. Okay, and a huge demographic of that is so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women, man. You see why it's important to have a man. It says the black woman, because a lot of these women, they might get evicted, find themselves on the streets, and next thing you know, you know, get caught up and trafficked, or you know, kidnapped, or whatever you may have it. You got a lot of women that's living in their cars right now, or people in general. But you know, a lot of these women are doing videos on YouTube, and their videos are getting a lot of views, and they're talking about how they live in their cars. Okay, how they wash their clothes living in their car, how they do certain things living in their car. Okay. It says black women are less likely than black men who fall behind on rent to be able to work out a deal with their landlord. Men who can't pay rent often receive a break on rent if they take on maintenance or other work. Any tenant who receives eviction notices end up abandoning their home without challenging the eviction, often because they don't know how to do so. These are called default judgments. You fight the eviction. In most states, you can respond to an eviction by appearing in court for a hearing. You run into some snags along the way. The instructions are confusing and complicated. You try calling and emailing your landlord's lawyer, but you are supposed to fax or mail a letter. You don't have a printer or a fax machine at home, so you have to go to the public library. You're a single mom and don't have childcare after school, so no one can look after the kids while you go find a fax machine. You have to work out your you have to work out early. You have to clock out early from work to make it to the post office. You want to hire an attorney, but they charge $100 to $400 an hour on average to fight an eviction order, and filing fees begin at $200. You show up in court and your landlord has an attorney. You do not. 90% of landlords have legal representation compared to 10% of tenants. Eviction proceedings are mostly formalities are often over in minutes. If you can't pay what you owe, a judge will order you out. How do you wish to respond? I tried to give my landlord partial payments, but he refused to work with me. I'm sorry, but without the total amount, there isn't much that can be done. In less than 10 minutes, the judge has ruled against you. You are going to lose your home. And you got people that actually, have mortgages on homes. I just, went through this with a Jake that I know. I saw him, he had a mortgage on a home, was paying the home off, almost paid the home off, and then they evicted him for some HOA fees, man. Don't get it twisted. They do this to Jake all the time. It says, after you lose your home, things almost always get worse. Similar to an arrest or an eviction record will follow you for decades. So if you get an eviction on your record, then you can't go get a house. You can't go get a new place because you got an eviction on your record. So it's just a trickling downhill. Look at this. It says landlords hire screening companies to filter through applications. Black women are more likely to be turned away based on these screening policies. You're basically blackballed from the rental market. The effects on you and your family can be devastating. Eviction can result in higher rates of hypertension, maternal mortality, arthritis, mental illness, tuberculosis, and substance abuse. It puts you at risk of ending up homeless or in prison or dead. Homeless, please help. It says advocates are working tirelessly to create more protection for renters. In Washington State, you have a right to a lawyer, but more remains to be done. What should I do if I'm getting evicted? Talk to the landlord, get emergency help. Here are some tips, and they give you some tips. And you got what look like a Native American woman right here. Carmen Rivera, 54, displays some of the eviction notices she has received for her tiny apartment. And when you say black woman, I'm talking about you Hispanic or Native American woman too. It says displays some eviction notices she has received for her tiny apartment in Sacramento, California. Wednesday, March 30, 2022. Facing eviction can be scary. U.S. Today has created a tip sheet to navigate the process. There you go. That's the point on that, man. And this is why a man is going to be so important, man. Because guess what? Great death and destruction is coming. Great judgment is coming. All hell about to break loose. And really, we all about to be homeless, man. But that's why you're going to need a man. Okay? Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2. And a man shall be a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. This is why you women need a man. Okay? Because that tempest, that wind, is symbolic for destruction, man. Okay? For all hell breaking loose, for trying times. And if you don't have a man, you're gonna be, hey, you might lose your mind, man. It was not meant for a woman to have to do. Scripture says that the woman is a weaker vessel, so the woman wasn't created to deal with these certain things. Okay, that's why the Lord set it up for a woman to be with a man. You see, but this world, this devil has given you much liberty to go about and do what you want to do. Okay, causing you to destroy yourself. Okay, and really, you woman, you supposed to be, given unto a man. It's supposed to be a unit. You supposed to help the man, and in return, the man is helping you, and in return, y'all create a family, and y'all helping each other, man. You're helping the kids, But nowadays, you got men, doing, learning how to cook their own food, learning how to wash their own clothes, learning how to clean their own house, and they're going without the woman, man. So that leaves you woman to go out there and try to do everything that the man is doing, and you end up falling short, man. That's not the way it was set up. Okay, that's not the way things were set up. That's not the way things are supposed to be. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Okay, so that's why you woman catching hell. It says, in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. But nowadays these women, They don't want a man to rule over them. They want to do what they want to do. They want to pop around on a cop carousel, go out to the club every night, and the only way they're gonna be able to do that is if they don't have a man. Okay, if they don't have a man, that's the only way that's gonna be allowed. So they choose not to have a man, so they can be out here being harlots and shit, man. And they talk about being equal to a man. Let me see. Because this is gonna come back and bite you these women in the ass, man. You're gonna understand the importance of a man in the times you're coming into. It says Micah chapter 7, verse 9. I will bear the indignation of YAHAWAH because I have sinned against him. So talk about the men of the Lord. Us men, we sin against the Lord. So the Lord has set our woman up against us. It says, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Okay, when you come into this truth, hey, the Lord brought us forth to the light, which is his truth, and now we are beholding his righteousness. We see and everything is starting to make sense of why this is like this, why that's like that, why these things are happening, and the Lord is giving his men understanding to be able to maneuver and through all this bullshit, man. You see? The scripture said the Lord did not impart to the woman understanding, okay, or wisdom. He did not give her wisdom or understanding, man. Hey, that's why the Lord gave it to the man, because the woman is supposed to be led by the man. Now, the Lord gave the woman other things that the man can't do. You see? It says, verse 10, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is YAHAWAH thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as a mire in the streets. And a lot of you women, you don't really believe, man. You may have a man of the Lord, you disrespect him. Saying slick shit out your mouth. Oh, who you think you is? You think you special? You think the Lord dealing with you? You think, all that shit, man. You gonna have to give an account for that, man. You gonna have to give an account for that. And a lot of you women have husbands, or had men. A lot of you women had men and left them. Took their children. Hey, that's gonna be your approach, man. You got certain men that can't wait for all hell to break loose so they can come find your ass, man. You see, so being homeless is going to be the least of a lot of y'all worries. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? We coming into some very uncomfortable, very nasty, and unpredictable times, man. Anybody gonna be trying to hear that, oh, I ain't got it right now. You see, you got it or you don't. And if you don't got it, then they putting your ass out, man. It says, and that's why the Lord created the perfect unionship of a man and a woman, a yin and a yang. But nowadays, we women trying to be the man and the woman. You see? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. We are just at the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. You see all this inflation, all these, they got, rent going up, everything going up. It's only going to get worse, man. It's only going to get worse. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. You got women that's, 20, 28, 29, 30 years old, still staying with their parents. You see? The beginning, and they ain't fucking virgins, okay? The beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? And they definitely coming. Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. That's what we're seeing right now, man. Okay, it's just getting worse out here. It's just getting worse and worse and worse, and it's starting to show. It's starting to show, man. We go out to the camp, and you got every black woman you see nowadays. She on a date with a white man. See, because they see he got power. So they think that by joining unto this devil, he gonna be able to save you. No, he ain't gonna be able to save himself, man. He don't want to put you in a predicament in the first place. Where we gotta depend on the devil, man. You see, and all the food stamps and child support and you know you name it, you know, it's gonna be taken away from you, woman, man. You know, it's gonna be taken away. The Lord's gonna bring you low. Okay, let me see. Let's look for a particular scripture. Here we go. This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. These women are very at ease. You know, they're at ease, man. They can sit in a home and do what they want to do and like a new man over, a different man over every night. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Very careless. Don't give a damn about shit. It's all about yourself. You got a proper slogan upon these women nowadays is fuck them kids. You see, they don't want to have kids. They say fuck them kids because they'd rather go out and live their hot girl summer. You know what? Well, really their hot girl life because they hot girls all fucking year round. You see? Then you wondering why your ass getting left out there. You want, and when all hell break loose, a lot of you women gonna try to cleave into them in the Lord, and they ain't gonna want you, man. It says, give ear unto my speech. Are you hearing these words? Are you hearing what the men of the Lord are telling you? Because that's about to be on your ass soon. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Ain't nobody coming to help you. Ain't gonna be no child support, no alimony, no Section 8. All that shit is about to get cut, bro. All that shit is about to get cut. And you women that don't have a men of the Lord, if you're not seeking men of the Lord, if you're not in league with the men of the Lord, your ass is gonna be left out there. Okay? You got women that's homeless and they getting fucking ravished in these fucking homeless encampments, man. You know, getting, you know, touched and groped, you know. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. You women are going to be stripped, man. The Lord gonna strip all this shit from you. You know, your fancy cars that you got to pay all this fucking money on. You know, for your car payment, your insurance. You know, you got women going on online talking about how, you know, they they pretty much going through it and how they realizing they need a man. They're realizing the importance of a man. All right, don't wait till the last minute, and no man wants your ass to realize why it's important to need a man. Why you should be honoring and respecting a man and really. Under a man. Okay, that's your hedge. You know, that's your hedge. That's your direction. That's how you get closer to the Lord. It's through a man of the Lord, man. You see. But like I said, this video it got cut. I'm gonna go ahead and link the other part to it. I pray be edifying to the hopeful elect. So there's probably about like 7 more minutes of this video. Shalom. Yeah, and then it's gonna pick up. But shalom. You know, tourists go to, and you'll see the so-called black woman with the so-called white man. Okay, she'll be. It is a ridiculous amount, and that's why we always point it out because that shows you, you know, the state of these nations. Okay, our nation and their nation. You know, because our women is seeking to cleave to the enemy rather than their own men, and we always tell them. When all hell break loose, that damn devil can't save you, man. He gonna leave you out there. And a lot of them buck up. They look at us crazy. They talk shit. But what we're telling you is the truth. When push come to shove, everybody's gonna go back to their own race. Everybody's gonna go back to their own people. And you, so-called black woman, that is disrespecting and dishonoring your men, they're not gonna want to deal with you. So who are you gonna go back to? You see, you're gonna be left out there alone. It says, Micah chapter 7, verse 9, I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahawah because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light and I will behold his righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is your God? Where is Yahawah thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the street. So we're going to see these women get brought low. You're going to see a lot of these women get put to death. You're going to see a lot of women get, you know, humbled, man. You know. And it's going to be the same woman that say, oh, you ain't shit. Oh, you ain't a man of the Lord. You think you special, you know. And even though you women that, you know, say shit like that to the men of the Lord, you don't realize what you're saying. Hey, you better repent, man. You better repent. You better ask the Lord for forgiveness. You better ask that man for forgiveness Because if you offend one of the Lord's men, the Lord's going to judge you, man. He'll put you through hell. He'll jack your ass up and put you in the worst predicament and the worst situation than you ever been in. And you going to, realize how much you need exactly that man that you was talking shit on, man. You see? That you was talking down on. You're going to see exactly why you need a man. Okay, and really, let me grab that because, really, when you get to the nitty and gritty of it, this economy is collapsing, man. All hell is breaking loose. Okay, all hell is breaking loose. All right, and prices going up, gas is going back up. You got people gonna have rolling blackouts, and really you're gonna have a lot of people. Really, if not almost everybody's gonna be homeless, man. Everybody gonna be cast out of their homes. You can forget about it. So if everybody's gonna be homeless, then you gonna before calling YAHAWASHI, then you gonna realize why it's so important to have a man. Okay, a man is gonna be important for protection. Okay, for guidance. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Verse 38. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when a child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So that's how it's gonna be like a woman having contractions. That's how hell gonna be out here. It's gonna increase. It says, even so shall the plagues be not be. It's like even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and even in those evils, bad times, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. You see, be even as pilgrims upon the earth, and a pilgrim has no set dwelling place. A pilgrim is constantly on the move, and that's going to be us, man. Ain't gonna be no home soon, man. Okay, home is gonna be wherever you can lay your head at, man. For a couple minutes, or however long you can get some rest. That's gonna be home, man. I mean, we're not gonna have these comfortable homes where you got AC and Wi-Fi and Netflix and a comfortable bed and all that shit. All that's gonna be all done away with, man. And you women are gonna realize why it's important to have a man in this time, man. You see, I do this video for it to be an eye opener to you women out there, of how important it is to have a man. It says, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it. He that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. So you people don't realize that all this shit that you people take, you brag and boast in, especially these women, they love to brag and boast in their material things, talking about being a material girl. All that shit's going to come to naught, man. All that shit is going to fail you. And all you're going to have is, what you have. And if it ain't a man of the Lord, if it ain't the Lord, you're going to be left out there, man. All right, you're going to be left out there, and you're probably not going to make it. You're probably going to end up being destroyed, caught up in the judgment. And, that's why I'm going to grab that. All right, enough with this right here. I try to make these lessons not too long, straight to the point, so that, the edification can go out. But this is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Why? Because these women are going to be humbled. They're going to be put back in their right mind. They're going to understand the importance of a man. They're going to understand they need protection. They don't want to be taken. They don't want to be, used as, a bartering tool, for somebody to get what they want, selling you off. It says in that day, 7 women, which was completion. That could be 7. That could be, 17. That can be 70. It says 7 women shall take hold of one man. These women are going to take hold of one man. And it's saying this any man. This is the men of the Lord who will have substance, who will have protection. Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So these women that's going to lose it all, that's going to be humble, that's going to get in their right mind, they're going to realize that they need a man, and they're going to cleave into a man, hold on to a man for dear life, no matter how many other women that's holding on to that man. And, the modern black women, they don't want to do that now. They have a problem with that. And that's why you see this demographic of them being homeless is going up, because ultimately, if you don't have help in this society, then you're going to be left out here in this society, man. All right. But that being said, I'm going to say shalom, kwame sharallah, abba, praise, lessons, edifying to the hopeful elect. Shalom.